Sunday.
All right, Texas Gravel Championship.
Yeah.
And here's Mr. Justin Carey, called me out on a recent Shiftless podcast and said he wants to beat me. And now,
I regret doing that.
Yeah, why do you regret that?
I'm a little tired.
Why are you so tired, Justin?
I did a 24-hour race 1 day ago.
Yeah, he did 300 miles like 2 days ago. Started Wednesday, finished on Thursday.
Yeah.
Then he rested Friday, and now he's here for this.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So it's gonna be a fun day.
Should be.
Yeah.
Summer weather. So how can it be a Texas gravel champion race without Texas heat? You know, it really kind of is.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is another DFW Series Racing edition of Race Local. We are at the Texas Gravel Championships with Spinistry Racing, and this is taking place down at Lake Whitney. Right now, we're chasing back a early move from Justin Carey. We saw Justin Carey talking to us at the very beginning of this clip, and he had challenged me to this event, and he said he was going to beat me. Well, you did not, sir. As of today, Sean McAfee is the Texas Gravel Champion, the men's Texas Gravel Champion. I did lose to Emily Newsom, a professional women's world tour rider and currently in the Lifetime Grand Prix. I lost to her by a full hour, but yeah. I did somehow or some way, I don't really know how exactly, but I did somehow win the men's Texas Gravel Championship. So, what? All right. So this was a classic Justin Carey move. He made a ballistic effort off the front of the group at mile number 5 in a 100-mile race. I was completely expecting it. I knew he was going to do it. Had actually planned for him to do that early. And watching him do it, we just let the group pull him back. To his credit, like he said, he had just won the inaugural Mega Mid-South race up in Stillwater, Oklahoma. That was 300 miles, and he did it in just 24 hours, just under 24 hours. So it was an amazing effort from him. His legs are a little bit beat and tired. That definitely helped me get in front of him, because I think had he been on fresh legs, he probably would have beaten me on the day. So once we caught back up with Justin Carey after his big effort, there was a couple of people that I wanted to get away from us. We had some heavy hitters in the group, namely being Austin Whittington, Tanner Menace, and Emily Newsom. Emily Newsom is a professional racer. She used to race for EF Education, Tibco SVB Bank in the Women's World Tour. Right now she races in the Lifetime Grand Prix. Spoiler, she does end up winning the overall event and beats me by a full hour, but I did win the men's Texas Gravel Championship. Like I said, I want those three to get away, right? Specifically, I want Austin Whittington and Emily Newsom and this Cadence guy. I want those three people to get away, because if they stay in my group, I'm gonna expend a ton of energy trying to keep up with them, and it's gonna burn me out. I won't finish the race. So I need those three people to get away from us without taking Justin Carey and without me doing a whole bunch of effort. So I am selectively letting them kind of open the gap in front of me and trying to let that get away. Okay, this is a couple miles up the road, not very much at all, but the group that I wanted to get away, they have. It was just those three, Emily Newsom, Austin Whittington, and that Cadence fella. The rest of the group has stayed with me. We did lose Justin Carey. He put in that big effort to bridge off the front, couldn't keep up, and he fell off the back. I didn't see Justin again for the rest of the day, so mission accomplished. I beat Justin Carey, which was the only real goal I had going into this race. So now I'm just kind of hanging in to see how much time I can put in ahead of Justin, so that I know later on in the race when his legs start coming alive, hopefully I've got enough of a buffer that I can stay ahead of him from there.
Way to go, Rich.
Go, go, go!
So this is a group of probably 10 or 12 people. We work together pretty well, but only about 3 to 4 people were actually making pulls at the front. But the group did stay together until about mile 25 to 26.
Ride with me, buddy.
Long gap in some of the recording here. We're now at mile 41, and it's just myself and Bert Summers. So Bert and I made a pretty good breakaway off the front of that group around mile 25, 26. Things had slowed down, and I took off through a more technical and twisty section, had some exposed rocks, some drainage culverts, things like that we had to ride through, and I used the mountain biking skills that I've got. Went through that with no problem, put a pretty big gap in, and then really pushed to break the elastic after that. So that was it's just myself and Bert now, and Bert and I are gonna ride together until around mile 50. All right, so that is Bert Summers breaking away from me right there. We hung together for, I don't know, probably about 25 or so miles. He was stronger than me though, and eventually he just rode me off his wheel. I was starting to really suffer just a little bit from the heat at this point, and I thought, you know, Bert was gone. He was definitely going to beat me. I had no doubts about that. He seemed really strong, and eventually I think the heat caught up to him. He took a break inside of a country club to cool down during the hottest parts of the day, and I just kept pushing through it.
Nope. You need to? Okay. Yeah, I'm good. All right, I'm like mile 55, all on my own. Just passed a really cool bridge, and I didn't think to turn the camera on before it. It's hot. I have backed down the power a lot over the past hour. Just hot, 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 hot. Was riding with Gilbert Summers from the Spicy Boys party crew, but he is no boy. That is a spicy man. Good God. He dropped me a long time ago, and yeah, he's gone. So yeah, I'm about mile 55, I think. I lost Justin Carey early. Like, I'm way ahead of him, I think. But can't count him out. He can just TT forever. But I think I dropped Justin in the first like 20 miles. He did a typical Justin Carey move, went flying off the front very early. Super big attack. I sat in the group and let the group bring him back. And once we brought him back, I didn't see him again. So I don't know if Justin just is really feeling that 300 miles, and that one attack was basically killed him, or what. Whew, it's hot in the sun. Whew. So haven't seen him since like 20-ish miles. Rode with a nice group for the next 15 miles till about 35. And there's a guy from Cheney Windows and Doors. Now I think maybe he didn't have the route downloaded, but he ends up just like basically stopping in the middle of the road with 7 or 8 guys sitting right in his wheel. Nearly caused a big pile up. And he wasn't putting in a lot of power at the front anyway. He was just kind of up there doodling along. So I took that as my cue to exit that group. It happened to be perfect timing because it was right before a really overgrown double track section. So I just threw it in a good gear, hit the front, and put it, set in my aero bars, and finally broke the elastic. That took a long time to break the elastic on that group though. They tried to hang on for a long time. Only 2 guys did, Gilbert Summers and Tanner Menace. Tanner, we ended up losing him a few minutes later, but then we took a wrong turn, doubled back, and we didn't see Tanner again. And then Gilbert, of course, I just let him go probably half an hour ago because I was getting fried. The heat is usually Heat is usually a competitive advantage for me. I usually do really well in the heat. I'm not doing well today. Like, I can just tell I am not doing well in the heat today. I'm hurting. That big effort early was too big, too early. And now I'm paying some consequences for that. Should be about to start like a 1.5 mile drag going uphill. But once we get to the top of that, it's like the whole route kind of goes downhill from there. What I did not expect is we're gonna be going into a headwind basically the whole way back. A pretty stout wind has picked up coming out of, I think, the southwest. And so the whole way going back south is gonna be into a headwind and probably a little painful. Just past mile like 67-ish. I'm hurting real bad. Totally not feeling this today. I think this is where we've just entered the Steiner Preserve or something like that, Steiner Ranch. It's a really cool section. Really cool section. But man, there's no shade up here at all. Holy moly. Stopped at a gas station, refilled some ice and water. Man, that makes a difference. Spraying some ice on my back is mind-blowing how good that feels. So yeah, I'll flip the camera on if I see something really cool again. But this section of Steiner is really neat. I like it. Best part of this route. I wish I didn't feel like such shit right now. Oh man. Still have not seen anybody behind me. Not since Gilbert Summers and I broke away and left everybody. I haven't seen anybody since then behind me. I know I'm not moving that fast anymore. So I'm just trying to keep a good pace. Keep Justin behind me. If I can do that, oh, it'll all be good. Dude, this is one long road, fully exposed. Oh my gosh. Jesus.
This section of the Steiner Valley Ranch roads is very rough. It had some technical sections, some exposed ledges, things like that. Nothing real technical, but on a gravel bike, it definitely shook you to death. I came up on Austin Whittington, who had been leading, and everybody expected he'd be the one to win this race today. I came up on him probably around mile 70, and he was on the side of the road. He called my name as I passed by him going down a descent, and I was gone to the world because I was in such a bad spot. The heat was killing me at that moment. And I was just focused on staying on the road. So anyway, he calls out my name, says, "Go, Sean." I look over, see him on the side of the road, looked like he had a mechanical. Ended up that his frame had completely come apart. the top tube was just severed out from the rest of the bike. So he was mechanicaled out of the race, which left me as far as I know, the only person at that point who was still up the road. Everybody else had dropped out due to mechanicals, heat, something like that, except for Emily Newsom, who ended up going and finishing. But as far as men, I was it. And that was really unexpected, but also very, very awesome.
The roads in here are very similar to Wood Ape Ramble up in Broken Bow. I see a lot of similarities. Not nearly as much elevation, but super rough. It hurt. All right, I just passed mile 85. I am so fried right now. Oh my Lord. Haven't seen anybody in a long time. I did pass Austin Whittington. Looked like he had a mechanical, and passed his wife going to fetch him in the van. I'm not doing well right now. Like, I don't feel good. My body's starting to get chills, which is not a good sign in this kind of weather. The mile 81 water stop or store, the store there, was a Dollar General, which I refuse to go to. I will die before I go to Dollar General. That place is disgusting. So there's another water table at mile 93, about 8 more miles. So I'm just gonna keep on plugging. My power sucks right now. I think it's like 110, but it's what I can do. And if I'm feeling it right now with this heat, I'm sure everybody else is as well. This is absolutely awful. I mean, brutally, brutally nasty. And this is a rough, very rough route. It really takes it out of your body. This is way rougher gravel than anything I think that we do for Valley, up in Valley View or up in Munster. It's rough. So I'm gonna keep pedaling here. I feel terrible, so keep moving. I'm looking forward to getting to the end, jumping in the lake, cool down a little bit. Holy smokes. Yeah. All right. All right. We are turning back into the state park. Thank you, Lord. I am so blown up. So glad to be done with this. I don't think I've seen anybody for 50 miles. It's been a long day. I'm so done.
Oh, really?